our Zooms. We will do product previews in person, but we'll be doing some other things. Well, of course, we have MJ's birthday coming up, but on Tuesdays, we're going to try to keep that to Zoom, and then maybe do other events, maybe on a Thursday here and there, or other nights of the week. And like I said, we have a lot of other things coming up. So that we can all come together. And we never really got to do a debrief after seminar. And, I am so excited. I'll say this one thing, but I want to give everyone a chance to kind of share your takeaways. We had some new girls. So excited to hear from Jasmine. Jasmine, I almost texted you to say, I want to hear your perspective. And Stacy, of course, being brand new, just to see what your takeaways, your experience, how it possibly expanded your vision, what you see for yourself, all of that. But the first thing that I want to share, and we'll be getting into more detail with this as it rolls out the beginning of September, but the new Great Start rollout program that they're doing for new consultants streamlines everything from the day that a new consultant starts. I mean, it starts with the options. They're doing different starter kit options. So we'll be going into that. And then where they will get like a little mini new consultant packet, because so many directors are doing different things. Some are not doing anything since COVID or since a Great Start promo. And they've just made a lot of enhancements to where they will have smaller bite-sized pieces of modules to go through as they're new and doing their training. That's one of the things that I've heard recently from some of my new gals is, gosh, it took me an hour and a half to watch that one video to get to the next module, right? It's great training, but they're really trying to give instant recognition through these little buttons as they accomplish different things when they start. And the same rewards are going to apply as far as what they get in their first 4 months, but the way they're rolling it out for new consultants, the Great Start promo, I'm really, really excited about this for us directors. They even talked about a video option for inventory options for brand new consultants. So everything will be much more streamlined and company approved, because that's also tricky, like what kind of income claims that we can make and things like that when we're talking to our consultants. So I, for one, am super, super jacked and thrilled about the way that the company is streamlining this, simplifying it, and giving consultants wins right off the bat. So I don't want to get into all the detail of that, but I want to just kind of open it up and share, kind of starting with the newest consultants who attended for the first time, and give you an opportunity. Oh, plus I'm excited about my ring. I love my ring. But I'll share more later. But maybe starting with Jasmine, would you like to begin? I'm going to put you on speaker view. We want to just hear from you. It was so much fun having you there with all of us.
Okay. I thought it was amazing. I mean, like, I liked the bonding more than anything, like the bonding and the speakers, and seeing like all the achievements you can get, and like how it was possible for all those people, like their red jackets, that was insane. And then directors and everyone in their cars, it was just really inspiring overall. But I liked bonding with everyone.
Yeah,
that was like a lot of fun. And like before I went to, I was kind of like having doubts about like myself and like if I could do it, and just going was like, okay, I definitely can. So it gave me a lot of confidence.
So do you feel like it expanded your vision as to what Mary Kay offers, but also how you fit into that?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. What do you see? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but what do you see for yourself?
Well, I feel like I'm able to like, I don't know. I really want to get in my red jacket by the end of August. So reaching out to people and like, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. All right. If you think of anything, did you get anything in any of the speeches or the training classes that kind of stood out to you that made you feel like, oh, I want to try that, or I want to go home and implement that?
Yeah, there was a couple things, like from the consulting classes. They gave me a lot. What was her name?
Angel Fry.
Angel Fry. Yeah, she gave us a lot of good ideas to do. So took a lot of notes on her.
Yeah. Like, what are some of the things that you're going to do? Institute?
Well, one of them was just giving out like the lookbooks to people and like having them come over, or the skincare classes too, and inviting a bunch of people over, like whether they know each other or not, and having them use one skincare line. So I was thinking of doing those too. And there's just, can't really remember anything else. But
Yeah, how was it like being in the line when you were getting your registration and having everybody cheer for you as a first
I
time?
liked that. That was
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I liked all the excitement behind that too. Like when we went up to Mary Kay Ash's office and how they were all cheering for you and stuff. But that was fun.
Did you guys went to corporate, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So kind of what was your impression there?
I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was like, I just thought it was beautiful. That's really, everything was beautiful about it.
Mhm. Well, if you think of anything else, feel free to chime in. Okay. And I think I saw Stacy pop in on there. Hey, Stacy, do you want to go next? I don't need to narrate.
Sure.
I just
Sure.
was trying to draw as much as I could out. Thank you, Jasmine. And congratulations. I mean, for being an 18-year-old and, you know, putting skin in the game and making the commitment and financially, you know, making that happen and putting that together. That says a lot about your, even if you didn't believe in yourself, your belief in what we've all shared with you and told you about.
Mhm.
It's got to come. And to this day, I've never had anybody say, I'm so mad that you twisted my arm to go to seminar.
No, I was so glad I went.
I'm so glad you went too. Thank you. Stacy girl, I'll be quiet and I'm gonna let you talk.
Hi, everybody. Seminar was awesome this year. I didn't think it was gonna be like what it was. It was a little overwhelming, but eventually you got into it. I really got a lot of information out of the new consultants on what to do, what not to do. I've actually starting to do a lot of that. I take a notebook everywhere that I go, talk to people, hand out business cards. I'm actually carrying not a 70-page spiral notebook because my purse won't fit that, but I'm carrying a log of who lives where, and maybe trying to get some of the local Mary Kay reps that, hey, they're in Kansas, you know, can you send this to them, or can you help my friend out, you know, while she's traveling or something like that. I'm also going to be hosting a neighborhood party in my area, which I'm very excited about, just to get to know my neighbors, because I've lived here almost 5 years, William, we lived here almost 5 years. Almost 5 years, and I only know maybe 3 of my neighbors. So I'm curious on to know my neighbors. I'm also now, right before hopping on to the Zoom meetings today, and setting up 3 Facebook parties with people that I either know or I don't know, and having them do a party with me. So I'm jumping in with my feet, and let's see where this goes, and having fun doing a lot of it. It's a headache sometimes, but you got to put the work into it to make it go well.
Okay. So how did it expand your vision as to how big, you know, Mary Kay? I know when you said overwhelming, you're not the only one that felt that way, especially a lot of us, the first time we ever went to seminar felt very much like that. So that's normal. But, you know, would you want to share like how it, or if it expanded your vision as to what was possible for you? Just like what
It did. It really expanded on over what I can, you know, you, for example, I mean, getting your diamond ring, I wasn't expecting that, you know, and then my adoptee, you know, Casey being in the top 20.
Top 20, yes.
Yes. And, you know, just hearing her, what she did and how she did it. And it's like, you know what, she can do it. I can do it, you know. My goals this year are pretty simple, you know, but I mean, they're my goals. So I'm working on I got 2 more sharing moments with 2 other people, and to get my pearl earrings, which I'm going to hit. And I need 2 more faces, which I know I'm gonna hit by the end of this week, to do, and I'll be at my quota for the month, or for, as of right now, within my 30 days. So I am like gun ho on that. I was like, Heidi was like, "You're only like 2 away." I was like, well, she thought I actually hit 15, and I was like, I think I'm too shy. So I'm working on my 2, and I can do this, and I know I can do it. And I'm just excited about where I was at first and all the trauma that I had. And then it kind of took the blinders off, and I'm full force. So I actually have clients at work that are coming up to me going, I heard something, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really supposed to talk about it, but here's my number, here's my card, call me later, we'll talk. So yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. It was so great to meet you in person and
Oh, thank you.
have you kind of join the family, so to speak. We had really a lot of fun times too at our area dinner, and
Oh,
everybody just really gets to be themselves. We're all just ourselves, and you look
Yeah.
around and you see other people doing it, you know that you can too. So yeah, and I like that you're focusing on the next step and the next step and the next step.
Yeah, I'm not done. I'm going. So my husband actually goes, how much do you have to do? What do you have to do to get your car? What do you have to do to get this? How many team members do you have to get your red jacket? Because that's all I'm talking about right now is my red jacket. I gotta have my team members. And he's like, well, what do you have to do? So he's intrigued on what I have to do, and he's pushing me, which is good to have.
Yes, yes. Nice accountability. Well, thank
Yes.
you. And again, just like I told Jazz, if you think of other things like specific takeaways, we'll circle back and give everybody a chance to share.
Sure.
Who else is on here? Let's see. I'm going to put it back on gallery view for a second. Okay. Is Elizabeth? No, you had been to seminar before, right? Elizabeth? Okay.
Yes. Yep. This was my second official one. I mean, in-person one. I have attended, the ones that we did virtually, but yeah, second in person.
I'm going to go ahead and put it on speaker view. Elizabeth, we would love to hear from you. Same.
All right. Well, the few takeaways that I've had that I wanted to share were Nathan Moore's words right off the bat, that we're in the right place at the right time and others want to be where you are. Mm-hmm. And so immediately I thought of Rebecca dancing to Meghan Trainor's "You Want to Be Me Too," but mostly it was just a reminder that we have such an awesome opportunity, awesome product, awesome company that's 60 years old, that is standing behind their product, standing behind us as sales women and men. And I don't know, I mentioned to April, because I saw her in the airport, there's an energy at Mary Kay and just in the company right now. And I think it's reaching that 60-year mark, but there's just an energy that I haven't felt. It may have been there after 50, may have sort of been there at 55. I think it's just been building. And I think there's just, what did they say? Like the most $1 million sales directors this year. I mean, there's some really neat, exciting things that are happening company-wide. I want to ditto what Jasmine said about Angel Fry was just a hoot. I think she ended up being the top the third top sales director or something like that. But anyway, she taught the beauty consultants, and she just gave us a smorgasbord, and she said that, and she said, now don't try everything, but pick something off of the buffet, so to speak, to work to you. And so I've been trying a couple of her things. So I'm excited. Just came back, just really pumped to be part of Mary Kay.
Elizabeth, what are some of the things that you decided to try out of all the different ideas that she shared?
I just got, actually, we got back on Monday and I just got my 40, I'm looking at my notes here. She said, do 40 lookbooks a month. Put, your business card on it, put a sample in it if you want to, because obviously they're not being handed out by or sent out by the company, and just start handing them out to people. Obviously, you would have a conversation with them. You aren't going to just hand it. Well, I guess if you wanted to, you could just hand it to a stranger or leave it on somebody's windshield. But she said, just say 4 simple words. This is for you. And she said, it's been amazing, the results that they've gotten in their unit just people are just blown away, because already it's taking the blessing bag to a different level, because they can shop right away instead of trying something on. Kind of, you can put a sample in there for them to try, so that's good. And then the follow up fast is something that I've been working on, and just be excited, enthusiastic. I mean, and she even said, she said, you don't have to hound people. You don't have to chase them down and make them feel like you're stalking them, but just follow up and be authentic and real, and just say, hey, I know you were at whatever, or you did whatever, or you contacted me or whatever. And just follow up. And I would be like, oh, I don't want to bother them. I want to give them their space, because that's what I would want. And she's like, no, people want to hear from you because they want to buy. So those are 2, let's see, I think those are the 2 right off the bat. Oh, and then just use your website, circle it, underline it, whatever you have to do on your business card, so people know where to go. There's no question. There's no, do I have to text her? Do I have to, they can just go straight to your website.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sharing. I wasn't sure if you'd been there before. I know we've been together here locally doing it, but we were so glad to have you a part of our group, and even your hubby.
Yes, and I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, yes. I really do.
You're part of the family. Do you have a vision for yourself this year? I forgot to ask you.
Yeah, I am getting that ring next year.
Okay, so Queen's Quarter sales.
Queen's Quarter sales is my goal. Yeah.
Okay. Do any of the rest of you want to chime in, Jasmine or Stacy, about a focus for this seminar year that you have? I know you have short-term goals, and I love that, like next step. But thinking about, like, where am I going to be on that stage next year at seminar, or in that national area reception, or any of those kinds of things? Okay, think about it, and you can put it in the chat box if you want.
I want to be walking as a new director.
New director. Okay. All right.
I think we're frozen. Yeah. Well, it's like in July next year, right?
June. You would have to finish by June 30th.
By June 30th.
Yeah.
June 30th. That's right. Okay.
June 30th. Okay. So new director by June. Next year by June 30th. Okay. Awesome. Anything from you, Stacy? Did you have a vision for yourself of what really, really turned you on and got you excited about working for this year? Oh, sorry. I think you might be muted out. Sometimes we mute people when they're not talking. Hold on. Oh, Stacy, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I want to do Queen of Sales.
Queen of Sales.
I want my car.
Okay.
And like beginning of DIQ would be cool, but I mean, I don't know if I would make director at that time or not. That's a long-term goal. So, but yeah.
Okay. Focus on the car and Queen's Court of Sales. Is that what you meant? Or do you want to be the queen?
No. Oh, well, that would be awesome, but At least maybe the top 10. That would be awesome.
Okay. Did you get your eye on that ring? Did you see that ring? Did you try it on?
Yes, actually, what was really cool is one of the girls at our adoptee group took a photo, and then she photocropped our faces to her body with that ring on. So we have like multiple, and so I have one at work and I have multiple of them around the house. It's kind of cute, but it's like my face is so dark and her body is so pale.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
You're
All right.
welcome.
We know what you guys are working for.
Yeah.
Crystal, do you want to go next? Crystal, are you still on?
I will try. Angel's reading to herself right now and is being very vocal.
Okay.
So, I went to seminar wanting to find that fire that I once had, because life hits and things happen, and you kind of step away a little bit, and so I definitely did find that again. I enjoyed being with all the ladies and meeting the new ladies, and that was amazing, and that was very healing to me to be able to be with everyone. I did take away some things that I will share, quotes from people. One of them was take the E out of emotion and roll with the rest. So motion. Another one is feelings don't pay the bills, and emotions can't be deposited into the bank. And then this one struck me. The thief of your best life is a good life. If that makes sense. So anyways, I am looking forward to growing and my business and going to places that I daydreamed about, and I don't want to daydream anymore. I want to step forward. So I want to do my Power Plus start each month, 30 faces, 6 sharing calls or more. I want to be able to get into DIQ by October 1st, wrap up my directors by the end of the year, be able to attend leadership, and I want to work towards that big goal of becoming a national, to be able to help others and teach and everything like that. So that is all of my takeaway from seminar.
I would say that, if that was what you came to seminar for, coming in, I know that you were really just trying to catch that excitement again. And even kind of halfway through, close to the end of seminar, you were like, baby steps, baby steps. And then by the end of seminar, you were like, okay, I am doing this. I am doing this. And, that's what it can do for you. Not just in your excitement, but in your vision of being able to see yourself there. But again, Crystal, I know that it's been a year, life has been lifing on you as well. And it took a lot of courage for you to come out of your shell and really be present and show up. And I saw you do that. I saw you really making the effort to do that, doing it for you and doing it for you so that you can be used as an instrument to affect so many other people in that way. And you just look so beautiful tonight. Not that you don't always, but you just look extra pretty. So thank you so much for sharing. If you think of any other takeaways, we'll circle back around. Who else are we looking at here? Who wants to go next? Oh, Mary's there and Jennifer's here. Mary, you were a first timer, so could we have you go next at seminar this year?
Sure. Sorry, I'm late, ladies.
Takeaways and quotes, notes, whatever, but maybe, and the feelings that you had and everything. I'm going to put you on speaker view here.
Oh no.
Oh no, just on my screen, so it gets recorded.
I'm sorry. Today has been crazy. I'm sorry to be late and I didn't prepare anything, but I wanted to get
Okay.
on here because seminar was so fun. I plan on doing it every year. I will make sure I'm there every year. Gosh, the takeaways, just that, oh, this culture is so beautiful. Like everybody's hearts are so just to help each other. And I don't know, I was really impressed with the whole seminar, just how professional it was and how I didn't realize just how huge this Mary Kay world is. And then it dawned on me, this isn't just like a side hustle. This could be your job, like your real job. So I've been like toying around with like quitting my spa job and like doing this for me, working for someone else. Why am I working for someone else when, and I've been just touting about the Mary Kay products. And, I know the medical products, the medical grade products. And I mean, I'm not gonna like, I'll never bash any of them. They're all really good, but I could say that Mary Kay is just as good, just as good, right up there. I for the cost that you pay for Mary Kay products and the results that you get, it's just not comparable at all. So I don't know. I've just been inspired and motivated, and I've been reaching out to customers. That's the first time I've ever done that, is reach out and just really like start selling. And I only reached out to like 15, maybe 20 so far, because I haven't had time. Kids are going back to school soon. But just when I can, I've sat down and like made an effort to reach out, and I've gotten already, out of 15, probably at least 5 or 6 orders, which is good, big orders, or not big, but big for me. So I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, people want you to reach out to them. I was trying not to be, pesky or whatever, but people like, yes, I need this, or I've been needing this. And so that's been cool. And my goal is Queen's Court of Sales. I know that's a big goal, but it's definitely doable and possible. And I think if I just dedicate every day, I know I could. And oh my gosh, I sat next to a Mary Kay girl right next to me on the plane, lady, I should say. And she was super inspiring too, just like all of you ladies. Just and had just a business mind. She quit her six-figure sales job to become a Mary Kay consultant. She has been in it for less than a year, and is already has a team. She walked for Princess Court of Sales this year. And just when you go after it, you can do it. It's just, yeah, eye-opening. So that was fun. And I talked to my husband about it, and he's like, this is the first time I've ever seen you like excited. I didn't think you were serious about it. So I was never, sorry. He's like, well, what can I do to support you on this? What can I do to help you? I work with all women. Like, if you're serious about this, I'll like help you out. Thank you. That was, so it's, I don't know, it's showing and glowing, I guess. Like, I'm starting to get excited about it. And I mean, it was always kind of my like little side hustle, is how I didn't really have to work at it. It already sold itself. But now I see that if I work at it and am intentional, it can really happen. So I'm excited. And I'm still like, people are still talking to me about the posts. I rarely post on Facebook, or I used to rarely post. And just the pictures that I posted from Dallas, I can't tell you how many people have asked me about it and told me how fun that looked and what were you doing and blah, 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 So that was cool. But I did take tons of notes. I loved all the speakers. My favorite part was probably just the training, like the speakers, you know, of course, the awards. Watching you ladies walk was so inspiring. So I'm like, I want to do that. But yeah, it was great. Everything was great. I don't have any quotes written down, but I have a million things I wrote down. So other than that, it was awesome. I'm so glad you guys inspired me to go.
I know it wasn't easy. I know you weren't feeling great and you had some quite the day getting there, and
Yeah.
you know, kind of missed that first, you know, Mary Kay National Area Party, but you got what you came for. And again, you know, sometimes if you haven't been to Mary Kay and you haven't seen that big picture, you have no idea the bigness and the professional women. I remember the first time my ex-husband went to seminar with me, he goes, there are women in this company that should be running our country. And that's the best way that I could say it, because you listen to those speakers and they started just like you and me. They started sometimes shy, never sold a thing in their life, all the things. So Mary, we're so glad that you just trusted us, and we had twisted your arm a little bit to get you there, but we're so glad that you trusted us.
Oh,
And
I'm so glad too. And I loved meeting all the new ladies. Oh my gosh, my new Mary Kay sisters. It was so fun.
thank you for sharing. And we're gonna have a lot of people on that stage. We were kind of doing a little fun thing, and I'm putting it together now, but like for a spa day and going early for those of us that make the National Court of Sales or team building, and maybe something for new directors too, like just doing something as an area to really reward that, because we're going to be well represented on that seminar stage this year. Okay, let's see. We've got Jennifer Poole. I don't know if you're open to sharing or if you're just listening in. We've got Allie. Who wants to share? Jennifer, it had been a few years since you had been.
I do not have my notes with me because
That's okay.
because I'm on the road, but I can kind of share a few little things. And again, I'm late, so I don't know if some of this has been shared a little bit already, but the one thing that just really sticks with me, and I've posted it on Facebook, and I know Allie has too, because I also actually stole her meme of it because it looked better. So, but it was, if we don't sacrifice for our dream, then we end up sacrificing our dream, basically. I mean, she said it a little bit different, but if we don't make our sacrifices to get our dreams, then we end up sacrificing our dreams in the end, about, you know, our priorities and everything. And so one of the other things is those of us that were in the Red Jacket and DIQ breakouts is we had a presenter, again, I don't have my notes in front of me, but she used the comparison of the Mary Kay bathtub and talked about, and Kelly and Allie and Rebecca can speak to it more because they probably have their notes in front of them, but talked about filling up the bathtub, about retaining people, you know, our teams and everything, and about the faucets were about, see, I can't remember, but about the heart and and all of this stuff about the helping in the product and production and people, and there were the P's and all of this kind of stuff. And so it was just really well outlined and just gave you a really good, I'm a very visual person, and there were so many things in seminar that gave me such good visuals about things. And that's just really, you know, it really speaks to your heart and really gets you motivated. But again, I'm just really visual. And so when someone can say, here are the 5 P's, or here are the 4 C's, or whatever, and those kinds of things just really stick with me about thinking about those things. And so you get caught up in all the pink bubble and seeing the awards and everything, but I took pages and pages of notes. So I meant to pack them with me and dashed out the door today and forgot them. So hopefully I can share, you know, tons of quotes that I wrote down and everything later. And my internet connection is unstable in this hotel room, so sorry.
we're just so glad to have you there with, I just wanted to give you a little bit of kudos for just being such I hate to use this word, but mother hen and leader really, and taking care of everybody, because we did kind of end up split up in 2 different hotels. We're going to remedy that for next year, and I'll be at the Omni hopefully. But making sure everybody had rights, making sure nobody got left behind, making sure that everybody were where they need to be. Jen, you are such a leader, whatever you do, wherever you go. And that's another thing, just the quality of women, the caliber of women that we have in our organization just is always makes me so proud to, when I do get to be up there on that stage, we're representing all of you. So thank you for your contribution and for making the commitment to go. I mean, I know you just got back from Ireland before that, and you travel and you have like 5 or 6 jobs and different boards that you're on and everything. And this is kind of for you. Sometimes people feel like they have to do something big to be able to deserve to earn to go there. But no, this is for you. It's not necessarily that you have to earn the right to be there, but when you go, it's going to enhance every part of your life, not just your Mary Kay business. And we grow so much as just from all of the vision and the inspiration that we gain from everybody there. So I know it wasn't easy again for you as well, but you made the commitment and you were there, and thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you can call it mother hen or OCD, but either way.
Hey, whatever it is.
They would probably annoyed the hell out of you, but I have to make sure everybody's everywhere.
You were a great caretaker for everybody and making sure that and that's really part of what we do as a leader in Mary Kay sometimes is, making sure everybody's where they need to be and that they're not left alone, and that, they have the ride or they know where they're going and that kind of thing. Cause it is a little bit, especially your first year. But anyway, thank you for that. You're great.
Had to be there for Kelly.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Couldn't miss that.
Allie's on too. Okay. Let's see. We have Allie. We have, of course, Kelly. And then April's phone was kind of dying. And so, and then Heidi, I know I want you to share too. So Allie, do you want to go next?
And Rebecca.
Oh, where is she?
Down in the
Oh
corner.
my God, right here, over here, you moved. And on my screen, everybody keeps moving around. Rebecca, yeah, we cannot skip that for sure. We had so much fun.
You want me to go next, Denise?
Sure, why don't you go next, Allie?
Okay, so I always love girlfriend time, and that is such a weird thing to come out of my mouth because I don't share this a lot just because I don't like having pity party for Allie, but I had a lot of hurt from women in my life growing up. Like, I hated women, like to a point when I don't think I've ever shared this with y'all, but when I got on the Zoom, when Heidi was like, finally twisted my arm enough and I felt bad enough for ghosting her to get on a Peek into Pink, I was like, there are way too many women on the Zoom. And I don't want any part of this because I don't do that. Like, this is not me. I grew up with the guy friends, and like, I had so much hurt. And especially like from my mother, and that kind of thing. And it's still something I'm healing from, but spending time with you ladies has helped heal me so much. And I didn't think it could get better than last year. And this year it did. And so it's just like, it's so awesome to me that I have so many girlfriends. And like, I think I was telling either Jasmine or Heidi that it's so cool that like I've known Stacy, but I'd never met Jen or Crystal. And all 4 of us shared a room. And I was like, I would be comfortable with the Mary Kay, like the way everything is and the culture and everything. I don't care if you pulled a random Mary Kay consultant out of a random seminar affiliation in a random area and put me in a room with them. I would probably still feel safe because that's Mary Kay. Because the people who are actually going to seminar are the people who care and have caught the vision and are part of the community. And so, I mean, the speakers were great and all of that, and I could go on and on. But the biggest thing for me, and like, I'm not an emotional person. I'm trying not to cry right now. But the biggest thing for me is just developing these relationships with you ladies. And like the things like sitting down in the lounge and, you know, at the owner's box eating the world's greatest fries and all of those things at the pool, all of those things. Those are the best. Those are the reasons why I buy my seminar registration. I don't buy it for the speakers. I don't even buy it for the stage. And I love dressing up like a princess. I buy it to hang out with you ladies. And like that makes my whole year. That makes like everything in Mary Kay worth it, is building the relationships. And that's why I continue to team build, is because if I can be healed from the hurt I had, then other women can too. Because this Mary Kay is so powerful. And so that's why I share. And that's why I continue to grow my team, because I want even more girlfriends. I'm so hungry for it that I'm like, I can never have enough girlfriends now. And I used to be like, standing within 10 feet of one woman is enough for me. So I love you and I appreciate you all, especially you, Heidi. I'm going to shout you out really hard, because Heidi is just like, she is like my Mary Kay mama. And she's just, I mean, I know that I can go to her for everything, Mary Kay or not. And she's just always there and always supporting and always, you know, if I for a couple weeks, I was like, I don't know if I even want to do Mary Kay. And she just gave me my space and loved me. And like, that's all that I've ever yearned for in my life, is just that love. And so I love you, Heidi.
We all do.
I'm seriously like crying right now. Like, it's so silly. I can usually keep it together for the most part, but just hearing you talk about the healing that you've been doing with your mother, like from your mom, and just like, it touches my heart too, because I'm actually going through that right now. My mom and I are in therapy together, and I'm just like, seeing your growth from like 2 years ago to now is just like mind blowing. It's so beautiful. And then to hear you talk about it is just tugged on my heartstrings. Came in to shut up, so I stop crying.
Oh, that's so precious. It was so cute to see all of your girls just loving and appreciating, you know, all that you do for them. Because, you know, Jasmine's your real daughter, and sometimes with their own kids, you know, they see the good, the bad, the ugly, all the different things. And, you know, it's not as easy, I'm not going to lie, to lead people who are super close to you. But just watching the admiration that all of your girls, including Jasmine, had for you, and to be able to see, you know, the role that you play as their leader, but really as a leader for so much in Mary Kay, it's all about heart. Mary Kay always used to say, P&L, people in love, not profit and loss. It's about when we help other people get what they want, we get what we want. And I'm not even talking about just financially. It is the rewards of the heart. I know for me, it wasn't even about the money initially. It was about like watching other people thrive and grow, because you can give away what you've been given in Mary Kay. And one year she came out and she said that to those who much is given, much is expected. And so we took that kind of seriously, like it was our responsibility to pass that on, and we'll continue to do so. So thank you, Allie, for sharing. And it is so cute to watch you and your hubby, but also to watch you open up your heart and take down some of those walls as you start to trust, because it's such a beautiful thing when you let that shine through, the real you. And I saw a big shift in you this year from last year, just my personal observation, if that's okay. So it was beautiful to watch. So much fun. Okay, we got Rebecca. Rebecca, you want to go?
Sure.
Oh, and then Ellie, what's your goal? We already know. But
I will be a director by December 31st, and I will get my red jacket. Not my red jacket, my director suit at leadership. But I don't think I shared this with y'all. I know I shared with Heidi. The day after I got back from seminar, I had a dream that I finished my last DIQ stuff, and I picked up my jacket at leadership and I like put it on for the first time, and it was like super powerful. And I never have dreamed about that before. And like, even after last year, even like all the time. And another thing I shared with Heidi, I'm totally like cutting into other people's time now. But another thing I shared with Heidi is that I always felt like I always had this vision where there's Allie, me, like right now, and there's this path, and Director Allie is up there like in the future, but there was this big crater in the middle, and there was no, and it just went down to darkness like indefinitely, and there was no connection between Allie now and Director Allie. And after I had that dream, I woke up and I had that vision again, and the path was clear. It was completely clear and like lit up, and like director Allie had a real face, and she was like waving, like come on, like why aren't you here yet, you know? And so it was just like, wow, I'm not emotional, I promise. But it's so beautiful to see, like, and I know, you know, many of you may not be women of faith, but it's just amazing to see what God has done in my life and how he's impacting this. And that now that I've been sharing with Heidi, I've been working through obedience, and everything has been lining up, not working because I have to, or out of, you know, just begrudgingly working. I'm working out of obedience, and things are lining up the way they're supposed to be. So that's awesome.
That's beautiful. When you have the vision and the dream, that means it is well in your subconscious. You know, there's a saying that we get into Mary Kay, and then we know the moment Mary Kay gets into us. But, you know, it's like that emotional wheel, like you talked about, Ellie. You're not the only one. You know, we all go through that, but we go through it quicker and quicker and quicker as we move the career path. We probably have all had a moment like that where we question, is this really what I want to do? Is this really, can I do this? You can definitely do it, girl. We've watched what you've done without having that vision and that belief. So look out. Absolutely. I know that you will be with us at Leadership Conference.
I'm excited.
Yes. Okay, Rebecca. And then Emily, and then Heidi. You guys, I hope you don't mind we go over a little bit.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Oh my gosh. Seminar, well, you know, I love all of the things. I don't actually have my notes in front of me either, because don't judge me. I think Allie made a post about this, and I'm just laughing so hard. I have not fully unpacked from seminar yet. I still have my luggage sitting over there. It's really funny. I got home, I had 3 days home, and I packed up my bag and I went to a camp for 6 days. Anyways, so my notebook is still in my luggage, but all of the, I mean, you guys know me, that I think this is like my fourth or fifth seminar, and I always get something amazing out of every single one. But it was really interesting, the process of getting there though. So for those of you, I think most of you know though, I have been in Mary Kay. I just celebrated 9 years in Mary Kay, and I've been in leadership before, and all of the different, you know, lifing in life and all of the stuff, right? And so usually Mary Kay events are hands down, like I'm there. I don't question it. I go if at all possible and everything. And for whatever reason, I was really actually struggling with the decision on whether to go this year or not. And I knew that I needed to. I knew that I was meant to be there because it's the 60th celebration, and you don't want to miss. Like, I came in right after the 50th. And so I heard all of the things, and, you know, go big or go home kind of a thing. And it was really honest. I was really wrestling with it, like a lot, mainly because I knew I was meant to be there, but my family and I also volunteer, and we commit to leading at different church camps. And my boys and I, so I'm a leader at their youth camp, and then the boys and I lead together. And so it's a family thing that we do. It's our whole family, and there's 2 other camps, and seminar was literally smack dab in between 2 of our camps. Like, literally, we ended one camp, and a day and a half later, I flew out to seminar, and then I got home, and 3 days later, I went out to another one. And so it was smack dab in the middle, and I was worried about exhausting myself and all of the things. And then it was actually when I got news, it was kind of a crazy shift, but it's actually when I got news of Bill's passing that I just knew that I needed to be there. It was almost like it was really interesting, but I just really felt him tugging on my heart, like, Rebecca, you need to go. And wasn't near the amount of accomplishments that I had last year, but I just knew that I was meant to be there. And it's so interesting what then happened, because I love all the socialization. I love the girlfriend time. I love dressing up, and you guys saw a million photos of me and all that we were doing and all of those things. I love the speakers. I love every aspect about it. And it does help to really expand your heart and your mind. But I think the thing that I really needed to hear is that through my journey of Mary Kay, of going like this, and, you know, Denise is my leader director, but she's not really actually. And so just working through that whole process and whatnot. From the moment that I stepped on foot at the Omni property, it's like I got confirmation after people coming up to me and asking me questions and different things, that it's like leadership is where you are meant to be. And I've known that the whole time, but it's almost like my heart needed that true confirmation. And I actually, one of my most fun moments, okay, I love all of it, but probably one of my most fun moments was when I totally geeked out. I had only been at the Omni for like an hour, and I got to meet Gloria Mayfield Banks. And I know that a lot of you don't actually know who that is, but she was leaving her seminar as we were coming in. She is now an Emeriti NSD. She was the first African-American NSD that ever came to Mary Kay. She was the very first one. She was a single mom when she started her business, had gone through a lot of domestic violence. Like, her story is so inspiring. You guys really need to look her up if you haven't already, or don't know who she is. And for the last several years of her business of being an NSD, she was the #1 NSD, not only in the United States, but nationwide. And this woman is absolutely inspiring and so incredibly phenomenal. I've been a part of so many of her trainings, and it was just by happen chance that she was out front and there wasn't a ton of people around her. And somebody made a comment, and I totally had like a weird, freaky fanfare moment where I was almost hyperventilating. I couldn't believe that I was just about to walk up and like touch her. Because you guys, seriously, this woman averaged her commission check, averaged between $90,000 and $100,000 a month. Okay. Like, she is a big deal. And so anyways, I got to have a moment with her, and she was just laughing so hard at me, but I couldn't help it. And that just, at that moment, I was like, I'm done. I've got what I need. I just need to go home and work now. Gloria, she touched me and we're great. But anyways, it was things like that where it was just reconnecting with people that I had known years ago before COVID. I reconnected with some people that I actually debuted as a sales director with years and years ago, who are still rocking in their business and pink Cadillacs and all of the things. And so I got to really reconnect with them, and then just soaking it all in. And I think probably one of my other really, really favorite things is just hearing and seeing all of the Mary Kay heritage. My very first seminar was the year that I debuted as a sales director. And so I walked stage multiple times, and they spoil you as a new director. And I had a vision after that one of being in the top. And at that time I was a single mom, and my baby was 2. And I think Kevin would have been like 10 or 11. And I had a vision of me being in the top, and my family being around me, and my boys being on stage with me. And they always hand out the Mickey and Minnies and all of that kind of stuff. Now my son is almost an adult. But I saw a video of Richard, or am I saying it right? Ryan Rogers, sorry, Mary Kay's grandson. There was a video of them standing next together or next to each other. And then there was another clip of him leaning down and kissing his grandmother on the cheek as she sat in the Queen's chair. And at that moment, that vision came back to me of where I am now envisioning my son as an adult, and he is my absolute biggest fan. And him standing next to me, and just what that means to me, because my children have always been my biggest why. And it was just everything that my heart needed. And just that confirmation of I am a natural born leader, and I am meant to not just strive for directorship, but at one point in time, again, I've had this vision a couple of times, is that I truly, truly do believe that my gift is actually to move up into the national position and to really, really spread that light and love the way that they do. And so it was just absolutely everything that my heart needed. It's not that I've ever lost the fire, but just those reminders of those seeds and those dreams that God planted a long time ago, and that through different experiences, right, you kind of lose it a little bit. And so, so for my goals, so Denise can write them down. We've already talked about this, and now that we're back from camp, it's time to make a plan. But so my goal is DIQ by October 1st, being by December 1st. I will be at leadership. I do want to earn my car in the process. And then I am absolutely finishing up Queen's Court of Sharing. That's my number one. And then Queen's Court of Sales, because A, I want to be at the spa time. I love rewards. And B, I've had that dream and that vision for a really long time on my heart, and it's time to make that come true. So seminar was amazing. No matter what you're fighting through, do everything possible to start saving now, even if it's just $10 a week or $50 a month or whatever it is that you can do to start setting that aside and be present next year, because it's amazing how, you know, our dreams come to life and how messages come through for exactly what it is that God has for us and what it is that we're meant to do. So we doubled our group from last year, and I envision quadrupling it for next year. So I'm just putting that out there.
Yes, yes, yes. You absolutely, we see you there. You know, you stepped into that role the minute you got there. She was telling me where to go to get my badge and where to go to get this. And she helped me so I didn't have to go stand in line, you know, miles long to get into the hotel, and just took care of me like a little director.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so fun, but absolutely, you're already there. You're already there now. Just go put the activity in
Yeah.
and draw those people to you that God has for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Kelly Dowd, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready?
Okay, so oh my gosh, it's so funny because it's like I had like plans of what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it, and then everybody else goes and they like trigger something and remind me of something. So I'm maybe going to be a little all over it tonight. But
Okay.
so I went to seminar with the expectation and excitement that comes along with it. I've been before. I was excited to walk across the stage, all of the things that make it fun, the sisterhood, the French fries, the owner's box, the pool, the dressing up, the tiaras, the rings, all that kind of stuff was just amazing and fun. And they loved it. And it's worth going every year. However, this year I caught a different vision. And so I've kind of teetered back and forth. You know, we joke like the queen of everything, and I'm always on the newsletter and blah, blah, blah. And I've just kind of like, I get up to the top and then I like fall back down, and I get up and I go back down, and I've just kind of been back and forth and back and forth. And I just had the vision this time at seminar. I was like, you know what? Next year I see me leading the pack. And I watched Heidi leading her girls, and I watched April leading her girls. And of course, I love always when Denise leads me. And so I just had a different vision. It was kind of like I finally have, I guess, mentally cleared all of the goals I wanted as a consultant. The Queen's Court of National Sales was my most number one goal in the very, 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 very beginning. I've now completed that. I've done it. I've walked the stage. I've got the ring. I've got the pictures. I've got the tiara. And now I can't wait to just go forward and bless the people that are meant to be in my life, in my team. And I'm so excited for that. I want to be consistent. I'm learning all kinds of new stuff that we're going to talk about next week. And I just want so many things for so many people. And I don't know. I feel like I'm totally rambling because I don't even know what else I wanted to say, but I got the vision of the next step. And that was what it really was for me. And I felt Bill the whole time I was there. Rebecca and I talked about it. Crystal knows, Denise knows. I mean, it was so special and so powerful. And then my little God wink moment is Tammy Vavala is my favorite national, I guess, as you could say, or the one that I, always want to see and be with. And she is not in our seminar. And so I had no expectation of seeing her this time at our seminar. And because the way that the seminars ended up, we still had one more to go after ours was over, and we stayed the extra day. So the last day we're all relaxing, we're reminiscing in the pool, we're talking about our dreams, we're talking about our goals. And I go to the bathroom and I come back from the bathroom at the pool, and she's standing there. And I go up to her without hesitation at all. And I went up to her, and not only did she remember me, but she said, "Isn't God amazing? I just got here and you are literally the first person that I've talked to. And it just brings it all together in that fun little package with the beautiful bow, that one extra special thing that I wasn't even expecting. It was like he just took it one more step for me. And she was there. I got my picture with her. I texted her later, and there's no doubt in my mind going forward where I'm going to be, what I'm going to do. I just want to do it the right way and the consistent way and the foundational way, where I grow and I go and I just don't stop. And so that's where I'm going, ladies. I am doing this, and it's going to be amazing. Anybody who didn't go always needs to go. Best decision ever.
Okay. Heidi, well, I do have to stop, because I do know, Kelly, like you worked so hard after that first year and catching that vision. And then of course we had COVID, so you weren't able to go across the stage, but even before you did at the royalty reception, it was so cute because Mike goes, "Oh, we are never missing this again," because it is a step up. The reception for the Mary Kay National area is great, but it's like a whole nother notch up. It's like you're walking around with all of the nationals and top directors and everybody that's on the different courts and things like that at the royalty reception that are on the big stage, right? And they spread it out so much more this year. And there was just so much food and photo ops and all that kind of thing. But it was so cute because Mike was like, "Oh, we're doing this every time. Like we are never missing this." And there's never a reason that you have to. Just always shoot for a unit club or one or two or all three of the courts. So, but yeah, and it was really special. Kelly and I got to spend some time together this last year at leadership conference, and then also at career conference, where each one of these times you make connections with different people. So for me, when I go back to seminar, it's like old home week. I see directors and a lot of directors that weren't nationals that are now nationals and that I've grown up with and reconnect with. And it was so funny. Yesterday, I was taking a plane back from Spokane and I ran into somebody that I met on another plane going to Dallas. It's just, I love our Mary Kay way that we connect. But whenever I go to seminar, after 34 years in the business, reconnecting, and I see you being that person like Tammy, where people come up to you and go, "Oh, Kelly Dart, and this is for all of you, where people go, "Can I get my picture with you?" And they look at you with the awe and just wait for that word of inspiration and that belief that you can breathe into them, because we all start in that very same spot. We all start there. And, can I share one thing? This is all I really want to share. Well, I might have a couple more things, but just being with my mom, we went for my sister's 60th party and we stayed with my mom, and just talking a lot about how shy I was, not that she was worried about me, but I was the very shy, self-conscious, kind of scared little girl all the time. And, her really, because we were I did her hair and makeup and my sisters, both of their hair and makeup. And we just had so much fun. She goes, "You definitely met your calling." She goes, "I never, ever thought you'd be doing something like this." But she's a testament to Mary Kay and the growth that I had. Being in this company and the person that I've become, to hear it from my mom, who is also kind of shy. She was in Mary Kay too, off and on a couple times, but of just the kudos of the person that you become in the process. And MJ can attest because she knew me when, but just the growth that we have year after year, and reconnecting with so many people from all over the country that I might have been on one top directorship and we have a lifelong bond. It's just the coolest thing. Or maybe we were at a future national conference, or we went a cruise in West Palm Beach together, or all the different years of the different trips, or standing on the stage, or career conference, seminar, leadership, going around all around the country, making those connections. And I think Allie put it really well, like we could be around anybody else in Mary Kay and feel comfortable. Sometimes we get out of that bubble and we forget not everybody's like that, but we can take that to the world. That's what Mary Kay said when she meant pass it on. She wasn't just talking about the Mary Kay dream, it's the spirit and the philosophy. Okay, I'll shut up now because I want Heidi to go next.
All right. So we are like way over time.
I know.
And because you guys all stayed on, I'm going to give you the dates of a career conference. So it is March 22nd to the 24th, and it's in Bellevue, Washington. And Allie, you have one in Allen, Texas. Allie and Stacy, Allen, Texas. Yes, they have not been announced yet. So you guys are getting them like before, because we're in the Kristen Sharp Directors Friends group. And so I just remembered that. And I was like, oh my gosh, we need to know that. There is an event coming soon. So Bellevue, Washington is going to be the one closest to us.
Okay.
So excited. Okay. So going back to oh my gosh, like so much has happened in the past since we've been home. I'm like, the trip seems like forever ago already. I feel like time slowed way down this last week. Yes, the 22nd to 24th. I think one of my, okay, so you guys said everything I wanted to say, first of all. I'm going to start with this. Ryan Rogers, that man, there is something about him that when he got on the stage and they were showing the videos, like I literally just could not stop crying. It was so emotional and heartfelt. And it's like, I never met Mary Kay, and I wish that I could have, but I felt like he is the next best thing. Like just watching the way he talked in the videos and the home videos and where he came from. I'm just really honored to be a part of a company that has legacy like that. And it inspires me to leave that legacy for my family. This was from seminar last year, actually. Somebody had said, who's going to sit in the shade of your tree? And that has stuck with me for forever. That is like my motto for the last year. And it's going to be this year. Who is sitting in the shade of my tree? And I'm so excited that we're in a company that is being led by Mary Kay Ash's grandson. The Mary Kay videos were so special too, which I think somebody else already said that. I'm just trying to go through and find things you guys didn't already say. Building the culture, that was a big one for me. As directors, we got director classes that were a little bit different than your gals's. But they all had the same topic, right? And it was like closing the back door. Okay. Where are our consultants going? Keeping them here, building the culture, building that relationship, coming from love. It was so heartfelt to hear you guys all say that about me, that I lead with love, because that really is my mission. Like I want to be that leader. That is who I be. And I'm so excited that I get to be in a place where I can be me. And that everybody loves me just the way I am. I don't feel the need to change who I am, or, I want to lose weight to be healthy, but you guys love me the way that I am. And it's like, I've never been somewhere where I can just feel completely safe as I am. And even traveling on the plane, like this is super emotional for me, but like I always get an extra seat because I am wide and I don't want to have have those bad feelings about flying. And like this was the first year that getting an extra seat I didn't feel ashamed of, because it's just the way it is, right? And I didn't feel like that anxiety about flying. I didn't feel that like that shame and that guilt for not being thinner than I was last year when I came. And I got to just embrace who I was and be authentic. I really love that about the Mary Kay culture, is that I can just be me. And that leads me to my next point, is that of all the leaders that we heard talk across the board through all of them, they all have their own way of working their business, you guys. Waverly does it with hand facials in a living room using only repair. Mary Catherine King does 100% Facebook parties, right? Like some of them are 100% in person. Some of them do a hybrid. Kelly DeBlander, she does things her way. It's like the gist of the whole thing that you learn is that you have to figure out what is authentic to you and what resonates with you and what you're good at, play on your strengths, and then just stick to it. Because the bottom line for all those girls is consistency. They do the same thing every time. Their systems are 100%. They believe in them. They can recreate it. They can teach it to others, and they just go with it. So you don't have to copy one of them. You can do it your own way. And that was really big for me this year, because sometimes I feel like I'm really resistant to the virtual world, even though that's where I started, because I love in person so much. And it's like, it's okay for me to just focus on in person. I don't have to do virtual. I am going to step out of my comfort zone and do a little bit more. But the point of it is that you can be authentic to yourself and just do what is right for you. And then just get really, really good at it and get really, really focused on what your skills are. my goals for next year are Queen's Court of Sales and Queen's Court of Sharing and the 300,000. I want a triple star really, really bad. However, I'm not focused on my circle of achievement because I know that just going through the Court of Sharing and Court of Sales and seeing 60 faces a month and, you know, offspringing 2 directors. I really want 2 offspring directors for next year. I know that we're going to do that naturally. So I'm mostly focusing on just the Court of Sharing, and everything else is going to come after that. Okay, so I saved this for last because I don't want to get emotional. The best thing about seminar for me was having my girls there with me. And it was like, it was, I can't even put it into words. It's like being like, that was only my second year being there. And I had Allie last year, but it was new for both of us. We were both really overwhelmed, and we were kind of just like taking it in as we could go. And then having Stacy and Jasmine join us too was just like I was so emotional. I was taking pictures of them just sitting in the seats watching like candid photos because I love their facial expressions. And I loved watching them believe in themselves and see the dream. And like, it was like you could literally watch like a picture show above their heads of like all their goals and ideas and how exciting it is. And to be a part of that and to be their leader, it's just such an honor. I'm just so thankful that you guys trusted me. Like, you know, you trusted me to join our unit and to just give yourself a chance. It's like me and Allie always say this in our sharing appointments, like just take a 10% bet on yourself, right? Like just 10%, let us do the rest of the belief for you and then see what happens. And like, I especially see that with you, Stacy, like you were so nervous about going to seminar, and it was like, we coached through it and we walked through it and we, you know, I told you what to expect, but it's still not the same as being there and getting it. Right. And then it was like, you just melted, and it was like, you were just so open and just like your heart was open to everything that could happen. And watching that, that's what makes me so happy. Like I just leading people and helping them figure out like what their passions are and their goals. It just makes me just so filled with love. And so that was my favorite part. There's a picture of us on the escalator that's floating around, and it's all 4 of us, and Allie was in the front and I was in the back, and I was like, that was the moment where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm here with girls. We're on our way to headquarters, and this is my unit. This is my team. And I was like, Allie, hurry up, take a selfie. And she's like fumbling for her phone, and she got it right at the end of the escalator, and it was like perfection. And I'm like, that is getting blown up and put in my office, because it was a really defining moment for me as a leader. Okay.
I know there's so much. It's like, I'm not going to take a whole lot more of your time, but Heidi, thank you for sharing. And that made me feel so happy. Love cup filled for you too. Just watching the emotion of, because, you know, it's like, there's one thing when you kind of fill up and you get your own goals achieved, but when you can pass it on, imagine Mary Kay. Look at what she started 60 years ago and what still carries on the spirit, the legacy through all of us, but also with her family. I'm just gonna show just a couple quick things because I've shared enough, but I loved something I saw on Instagram. I'm not a big social media person, but I'm trying to engage a little bit more, but I saw something Kelly put up there. And it was actually a picture on the billboard of $10 million in Pam Shaw. It was basically something to the effect of, when people ask me, can you make money at this? You know, and it showed that. And Diana Sumter was up there with her and they don't know, you guys, by the way, when the Nationals get up, it's at the very beginning opening of seminar. They don't know that they've they might have an idea that they've reached that next pinnacle, but it's only commissions received from them by the company, not including sales. And Diana Sumter's was 4 million, Dawn Dunn was 7 million, and Pam Shaw was 10 million. Of course, Lisa Madsen's approaching probably close to 20 million. I think I might be embellishing a little bit, not too much. So, and again, Mary Kay always said the highest paycheck has never been made. And I don't want to focus, we've talked a lot about the heart and the sharing and the love, and that really is what it's about. But Mary Kay always had this little saying, and I'm probably going to mess it up, but something to the effect, you know, when we're young, we need education. You know, when we're in our, you know, then we need experience. Then we need, I can't remember. what the next thing was, but basically when we get to a certain age, it's cold hard cash. Oh, personality, then we need looks, looks and then personality and experience, then it's cold hard cash. So, that's something that it never ceased to amaze me. I didn't come into Mary Kay for the money, but the idea that potential was there for whoever chose it, that really, really motivated me. Being a person who was more achievement focused and was a very high D when I started, having a way to be able to, fulfill a mission and a purpose. And then it rapidly became, let's help other people make that kind of money. Again, I already told you guys how excited I am about the new Great Start journey. And we all do have a little bit of different classes and things, but from Pam Shaw, love every word she says. Imagination leads to intuition, and really check your input. What are you putting in your head, your body, your mouth, your whole atmosphere into you? Let's see, I'm just skipping over. Oh, neither talent nor intention will book a party. Neither talent nor intention will book a party. Where will you be 90 days from now? She was always famous about, like, we talk about the gestational period of the next 90 days is really going to set the tone for what the year is going to look like. That starts right now. So we're starting right now to set the tone for where we're going to be at the next company event, which would be leadership, then career conference, then seminar. Don't leave your dream in Dallas was another one I heard more than one time. Do not leave your dream in Dallas. And I think I overheard one of you say this, that there's a statistic that anything that doesn't get put into action in the first 7 days, that you're never going to do it. So I'm glad we're having this meeting, even though it's a couple weeks later tonight. Don't leave that dream in Dallas. Think about where you want to show up next year in Dallas, what we're going to be celebrating together. 1,600 patents, that impressed me. Be steady. This was from Ryan Rogers. Be steady and patient, not greedy or hasty. That's why Mary Kay has outlasted almost every other direct selling company that started since in the last 60 years. Oh, again, MK confident training. There were just a couple more quick things that I circled. It was so fun for me to see my friend Shelly Palin. We were in Isla Burgart's area together, and she was $1 million director this year. And she actually sings, you guys, in a 70s band. And I've just watched her over the years. She's been in Mary Kay for 43 years. I think she joined when she was 18, but watching her be in the top 3 in $1 million unit was super, super cool, because we were in Isla's area together. And she used to get mad at me because I was the first one in Isla's area to go on the top directorship before her and Tanya Kremke, and they had been in a lot longer than me. But now they are both like at the top where they deserve to be. You guys have heard this before. This was from Kristen Sharp. Shut the back door. So don't keep giving yourself an option. It's 5 times more expensive to get a new customer than to maintain the ones you have. Get your systems in place. And 2 + 2 + 3, which is 2 days, 2 weeks, and then every 3 months with PCP is an appropriate amount of follow-up for your customers. Oh my gosh, there were so many, and Angel Fry, and so many different personalities, shapes, sizes, things that could have held people back going across the stage, blind, in wheelchairs. I mean, you saw it all. You always see it all. And that's where you see it. You see men, you see women, all walks of life, different levels of education. Gloria Mayfield Banks, that Rebecca mentioned, she had a Harvard MBA degree. There are people who are highly degreed. And then there are people like Delmi Santos, who literally just became a national last year with like 13 or 14 new directors. And then another, she'll be an inner circle director within about 3 years of being a national, you guys. So like that story, we think that, okay, Pam Shaw, she's been in forever, and all these people, and Lisa Matson, but there are new people coming up, catching the vision with the tools and the technology and everything available to us now. You don't have to take 15, 20, 30, or 40 years to get there. It's just a matter of deciding what you want. So a lot of us, and I know for me, I'm really committed to finishing I'll finish the Court of Sales likely in Unit Club, but doing the National Court of Sharing. And a lot of us made a big pact about that. So we could really, really grow our area, but grow the company for Mary Kay. So I want to leave it at that, because so much has been shared, but love, love, love all of you. Love the fact that, we hung in there, you guys, during all the COVID time and the the Zooms where we might have had 5 people on there and all of that. And that this is like, Mary Kay always said a setback is a setup for a comeback. And I feel like that's what COVID was. I say was, because it's kind of in the past now a little bit. This is the beginning of seeing the possibilities of all the different ways that we can work our business, work Mary Kay into our lives and our other dreams and passions. But whatever you do, get a goal right now. I don't care what it is. If it's, I want to build 10 new customers a month. I don't care if it is, at the end of this year, I want to have this much in sales or this many on my team. But get a goal right now and start giving yourself some wins. A lot of us have that big term goal of where we want to be at leadership or seminar, but give yourself a goal like in the next 2 weeks. A lot of this stuff happens in that short amount of time. Get a goal right now of what you can focus on so that you can build the confidence, have the win, which will take you to that bigger goal. And I just want to say good night for now. And thank you all for hanging in here a little extra, and all of you for sharing your hearts and for making that commitment to be there so that we could bring this excitement back to the rest of the people who weren't able to make it this year. Next year, it's going to be, I do feel like we're going to quadruple. So in the meantime, we'll see you on Zoom next Tuesday. We have some phenomenal events coming up this month. We have MJ's birthday party coming up, 75. And yeah, my heart is just so full right now. So hopefully you'll get some sleep tonight because you're excited and you'll be having pink Mary Kay dreams tonight without a doubt. Anyway, love you all. Have a great night. Thank you.
Night. Love you.
Night. Love you all.